Hello and welcome to all. Today's stage is conducive to a mass sprint finish. There are no difficulties and the roads are wide and straight. The sprinters' teams will no doubt do everything to maintain control of the scenario. The profile doesn't promise a thrilling race. Outside the intermediate sprint and the fourth category climb, it will be an easy day for the peloton.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The breakaway is losing ground.
Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The breakaway is holding off the peloton, but it's going to be difficult.
His teammates are riding to protect the jersey. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. First riders are 2 kilometers from the climb.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap. The only climb of the day is classified as fourth category. There will be only 1 point to be earned towards the mountain standings.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
"10 kilometers from the finish for the leaders. It's going to be complicated." Okay, we'll consume a feed. The breakaway is under the red pennant. It's going to win.
It was a stage on which we could really have shone, and we don't even finish in the top 10? It's a pity. Hi guys, let's start. We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route. We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is, you didn't prove me wrong. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this...
Hello everyone. Given today's profile, it's almost certain that the sprinters will ask their teammates to manage the gap with the breakaway riders in order to fight it out for victory in a sprint. The only real question is whether or not the baroudeurs will dare try their luck. The time gap with the head of the race is stable. The breakaway is losing ground. Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady. The breakaway is losing ground.
Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV.
The next two climbs are classified as fourth category. There is only 1 point to be had at the top of each.
The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The breakaway is losing ground.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The breakaway is holding off the peloton, but it's going to be difficult. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. The breakaway is in the sight of the peloton. There's little chance that it can hold off the sprinters' teams. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometers.
Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We need to score points for the green jersey. Just 5 more kilometers. We are heading for a mass sprint.
The sprinters are ready to fight it out. Well positioned on the wheel of their team members, they'll soon be burning rubber. The red pennant for the peloton.
Go! 1 kilometer. Give it all you've got. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
Today's result is most unsatisfactory. If things had gone our way, I reckon that we could have got into the top 5. Hi guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and without any difficulties. But be on your guard as the wind can lead to bordures. We can target a top 5 place, and maybe even better if the stage favourites are caught out by the wind. Have a good stage, guys! Go! Go!